have arrested 10 members of the angry small-scale miners in the Ashanti region on a protest earlier today to demand that government lifts the ban on small-scale mining. They maintain that the ban has left them jobless, making it tough for them to fend for themselves and for their families. 5 were arrested during the protest, while the others were picked up on suspicion of possessing weapons. We'll go live to the Ashanti region shortly, but correspondent Prince Apia has been monitoring the situation. First, let's watch some of the miners earlier today during the protest.
A trick ultimatum said that we should put a hold to our mining activities. We did that, and we are given 1 month to move all our mining equipment for the various sites of operations. We spoke to our members and we also complied with that. In as much as we were aggrieved and we did not support that particular move, we thought it wise, as patriotic as we are, to talk to our members and also do our very best, not considering the untold hardship that we'll be going through, to comply as well. Now the 6-month suspension has elapsed. The best government could do is to come out, roll out whatever has been tabled, that is a roadmap, to come out and say that the people with the requisite documents, this day or that day, go back to your mining sites and do the work that is expected of you. We've waited and waited. We've had a series of engagements, some yielding dividends, some not yielding dividends. And we thought that as Ashanti regional small-scale miners, we should also pour our grievances for all Ghanaians and the entire world to know the untold hardship that we are going through. The academic year has just started. As I talk to you now, our walls are in the house. Now we don't even have money to feed our wives and children. The chain of employment that small-scale mining creates has been severely affected. Filling stations are folding up. Fuel station attendants have been laid off. Artisans at Swami Magazine, Abelempe and Abusokai, they are found wanting. They don't know what to do next. Jewelers, goldsmiths, gold buyers have all been affected. Even market women have been affected. And as a country, we are losing a lot because this is creating a balance of payment deficit. Because we are always importing and never exporting. When we were in business, foreign currency was coming in to purchase the gold. In 2015, small-scale mining contributed 34% of total gold production, including all the large-scale concessions. In 2016, we contributed 31% of total gold production. So a sector that produces about 1.2 million ounces a year cannot be affected in such a manner. What we are saying is that we support government's fight against Galamsey. We have always been against Galamsey. But we are pleading to government and those who matters that we've cooperated well enough, and to us respect is reciprocal. As we give it out, we are expecting to receive it from the appropriate authorities.
Angry small-scale miners there. Prince Apia has been monitoring the situation. Like I said, he's on the line from the Ashanti region. Hello, Prince. Is there any latest information on those who were arrested earlier?
Yeah, Gifty, those who are arrested have been sent to the police command. They will be paraded before the media as the regional PRO, ASP Julian Obey explained to the media earlier. What she's saying is that the 10 who were arrested separately in 2 separate incidents. 5 were arrested during the protest which was botched along the line, and 5 were arrested when the demonstrators were coming from their various destinations.
But Prince, just to interrupt you briefly there, what for? Those 5 who were arrested during the protest, what for?
Most of them were misbehaving, according to the police. One instance, one of the demonstrators had to step on some muddy water and splash it on the police who had paraded in front of them. Because the police initially said they will not allow the demonstrators to go onto the street to demonstrate because there was this miscommunication earlier. Yesterday, they said they met with the leadership of the small-scale miners who had told them that they were expecting about 200 people, members, to take part in the demonstration. Then at the last hour, they tell the police that they are expecting over 2,000, which means that the police will need more policemen to police them during the demonstration today. And obviously, they were not prepared enough, so they told them they will not allow them to go onto the street. By then, the small-scale miners say that they had already done their plans and that people were coming to Kumasi to do it. So again, the main, the original venue for convergence for the demonstration was the Kumasi Babayara Sports Stadium, but it was changed to Asokwa, and that is another example that the police gave. That was a reason they decided not to allow them to pour onto the street to demonstrate, because they had defied their directives and they had defied the preparations and the planning that and agreements they had between the two parties with this.
Okay, Prince, thank you very much for that update there. We'll look forward to some more as the story develops. Prince appeared there from Kumasi, bringing us up to speed. Just so you know, if you didn't get it, 10 people have been arrested. 10 of that group of small-scale miners who were protesting today have been arrested. We'll bring you more of that story as and when we have that story. But let's come back to Accra, where staff at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital are working in fear after a lab technician was shot yesterday. The bullet, like I said in the beginning, has been successfully removed from his body. But officials at the hospital have yet to establish the sequence of events that led to the criminality. Kweku Usupepra has been to the hospital, and here's what he brought.
A young man who was working in this office yesterday was shot under very strange circumstances. He was seated at his desk behind his computer and suddenly felt something sharp rush through his shoulder. It turned out to be a bullet. Almost 24 hours after he was shot, neither the hospital management nor police have a clue of who could have fired the gun and from where. Mustafa Salifu is the public relations manager for the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
It's premature. One cannot see where this bullet actually comes from. Some people claim they heard a sound, but from what direction nobody could tell. So we'll leave everything for the security agencies to actually look into it properly. It's not only the other security agencies have come to also get information about it, and I'm sure they'll be collaborating with the police to actually unravel the mystery surrounding this incident.
Does the young man have many kind of a big post, or is he a union leader, union member? Could he be leading some advocacy that could attract this thing to him?
This is a quiet, humble young man. And the area where he works is not an area where you actually have interface with a lot of people, where you could say that through his work he could earn some enemies for himself. According to him, that he doesn't bear grudge with anybody. He's not pick a fight either within the hospital with any of his colleagues or even outside. So he's also wondering who could be behind this and what could be the reason for this. So we'll wait for the police and then the other security agencies to do their work and then tell us exactly who is behind this.
Management.
A fuller version of that report on JoyNews Prime later today. Right now, though, it's time for sports on the pulse. Please stay.